Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one, and today my video is going to be a mid-year check-in. At this point, we have been in school a little over 100 days, so a little more than halfway through our school year, which is so hard to believe. This is our second year homeschooling, and I cannot believe that it goes as fast as it does. It just really amazes me how fast it does. So I kind of just want to share with you what we've been up to, what stayed the same, if we've changed anything, and then some encouragement for mamas who just need a little bit of encouragement. So I'm just going to start with our morning basket. So far our morning basket is going very well. That's probably my favorite time of the day. I don't know, I have some other favorites, but I love morning basket time because that's when we do our read aloud. And our read aloud for this month is Sadako, and I'm probably saying that wrong, and the Thousand Paper Cranes. But if you don't know, we use Brave Writer Arrow Guides. This is our third one of the year because we kind of did our own thing in October and November. But so far with Brave Writer, we have read A Series of Unfortunate Events. We have read Pippi Longstocking, which my son absolutely loves. And now we're reading this one because this goes along with our Gather Round Homeschool unit study. So we do love the arrow guides. It's a great way to get in some copy work, some narration, and some literary elements and grammar without having to do worksheets. It's an excellent way for kids to learn all about good writing. Kids learn good writing from reading good writing, and they also become better readers and writers from it. So I really support Brave Writer and their arrow guides. So I would definitely check that out if I were you. So this is what we're reading right now. We're also still in Indescribable, which has been probably my favorite devotional. We've done the, my goodness, what is their name? Duck Commander. We did their devotional too, and that was great, and we did Jesus Calling. So we've done two other ones, but so far this is my favorite because my son likes it. It has, what I like about it is it kind of connects it to science, and it'll set up like a little story, and then it'll connect it to God, and he really enjoys this. And if you're doing like a space unit or something like that, this has a ton of good connections you could make with your devotional. And we do plan on doing his newest book as soon as we finish with this one because we've really enjoyed this. So definitely check out Indescribable. Another thing that we do, and you probably can't see this very good. I printed this way too light. But another thing that we do and is going pretty well during our morning basket is my son works on Cursive. And we did the Abeka Cursive like to kind of get him started. And he was getting kind of bored with that. And so when he gets bored, I know he needs to practice Cursive. So we don't just quit Cursive. We find something that makes it a little more exciting. So we changed to some other sheets. Well, he finished every one of those and was doing really well. And I'm like, what can I do? Because we still need some practice. And so what I did, if you notice, I have Sonic the Hedgehog right there. He's really into video games. And so what I did is I went and found facts about Mario, Sonic, Dragon Ball Z, all that. And I found a cursive font that I downloaded for free from defont.com. And I just type up the fact, like this one says, Sonic the Hedgehog was inspired by Dragon Ball Z. And so he'll copy that sentence, like trace over it. That's why I did it really light. And you can't see it very well, but he can when he writes on it. And then he will write it again the next day. He'll write it by himself. So he's really enjoying that. So if your cursive's kind of bland, you're like, but you know your kid needs to practice it, try to connect it to something they like and maybe kind of invent it yourself. I just did this in PowerPoint. It was super easy. So that's what we're doing for cursive. For math, we are still working through this. This is Math Lessons for a Live-in Education Level 5. I think this is a good program. It works well for my son. Sometimes he gets kind of burnt out on it and is not as happy about the lessons. I mean, just like any kid, you know, most kids don't like to sit around and do math. But when we started to struggle, I'm like, okay, what can we do to make it better? Because I don't want to get rid of this. I like this. This is our second year using it. I don't want to get rid of it. So what can we do to make it better? And his idea was to not do it every day, to have a worksheet to do every day. So of course the homeschool mom in me is like, okay, I'm going to find something to spice it up. So we still use this. just not every day. We pull from it, but not every day. What we've started doing is we use Khan Academy, not the Eureka Math. We don't use that, but we use just the regular 5th grade on Khan Academy, and he is really enjoying that. He is totally loving those short videos, and they teach them in the short video, and then they have a quiz. And he loves it because it's short and it's to the point, and that's something my son really likes. He just wants you to tell him what he needs to know, and he wants to practice it, and he's ready to move on to something else. So he has really enjoyed Khan Academy. So I recommend you checking that out. It's free, and we use it on his iPad. It works better on his iPad at our house, and so he'll get on there and he'll watch his video. I'll tell him what I want him to do, and he'll watch his videos. Sometimes it's one video, sometimes it's a couple, and then he'll do the quiz that goes along with it. It will give them hints. It will, help them if they need it. But he really likes it. What I like about it is it's touching on stuff that's not in this. We've done the level 4 and the level 5, and we've never talked about what we're covering in 5th grade Khan Academy. So what I like about it is he's getting a lot of math, a lot of variety of math. We're working on fractions right now in level 5. He's doing decimals, just an introductory kind of thing to decimals on Khan Academy, and he loves that. And the other thing that we're doing is he can play on Prodigy. I like Prodigy. We use the free version of Prodigy. And I just watched a video where a mom said, I let my kid do it, and they end up just playing, and they've only answered 2 questions. Well, the way that we handle Prodigy is I either put a piece of paper beside him or a dry erase board, and I'll number it either 1 to 10 or 1 to 15, and that's how many problems he has to answer. He can be finished playing Prodigy if he's answered that many questions. So he'll play, and when he comes to a battle, you have to answer questions, and he'll mark it off when he's finished. Now, I do like to be around him when he's playing so that if he needs help with a question, I'm there. I don't want him to just answer it, miss it, and move on. I want him to know why it's correct, how to do it the right way. So I do sit with him when he plays, but Prodigy will also send you a report to let you know how they're doing, so you can check that out also. Another thing I like about Prodigy is it works as a review for him because it will do some easy questions, and then as he's getting those right, it makes the questions a little tougher, and it kind of gauges where he needs to be. So he's getting some type of review and some type of challenge at the same time. So that's kind of where we are for math, and I usually let him pick. Choice works very well with children, and so if you say, okay, what are you feeling for math today? And you're pretty okay with the choices you have to offer, then whatever they say, you just go with. So if they say worksheet, then you get out your math lessons. Or if he says Prodigy, we do that. It's really just about choice. It really helps. If your child's happy and there's no tears, the learning usually happens. So that's our math. For everything else, we use Gather Around Homeschool. So if you're new to my channel and you don't know that, that's what we use. We started using it in September, and that's what we use now. If you are a subscriber of my channel, then you know that we love it. And I'm going to be doing a review pretty soon on the 2 units that we've completed. So far, we have completed the North American Birds unit study. That was our first one. And if you're interested in this curriculum, this is a good one to start with and kind of get your feet wet because they have really beefed them up since this one. This is a great one, but they just get better every time she puts out another one. So we did this one first. Then we just finished Space, which was probably my son's favorite. We just finished that one. And right now, this is not the whole unit. This is just my son's clipboard. Right now, we're doing Asia. And so far, we've done 3 lessons, or 4 lessons. This is our 4th lesson. And we've really been into it. We've learned a lot about Asia. About volcanoes and monsoons and all kinds of things. And we have learned that in our homeschool, unit studies work for us. I will say if you're a more traditional school, if that's what you like, this is probably not for you. This is very relaxed. I would say like kind of Charlotte Mason approach, unit study approach to learning, and that's what works for us. And so far, it's working really good. So we're going to stick with that. We're going to stick with that until it's not working anymore, and then we'll figure something else out. That's what I love about homeschooling. And in this unit study, you get all of your subjects except for math. So he gets his history, his social studies, his geography, his art, his science, his grammar, his copy work, his writing. Everything is there. Another thing I like about it, because we follow the Brave Writer lifestyle too, and she's really big on writing projects, what I like about these units is each unit includes a different kind of writing project. So you're not writing an essay every day, which is absurd. You're not, sticking to the same thing. We have wrote like an informational report about a bird. That was in the first unit. The second unit we did about space. We did a comic strip, which was a ton of fun. And in Asia, he is doing a fictional story. So he's getting to make up a story. And so the whole unit, we're working on that fictional story. And we're taking it piece by piece and really making it into a writing project. And I love that idea. So unit studies are working for us. So we're going to keep it the same. So far, that's what we're using. That's what's working. I will say though that every day is not great. I mean, I've got to be honest. We still have attitude issues. We are struggling with ADHD. He has some great days where he is on top of it and he is ready to go, and then he has some days that he cannot overcome what I call a wall. We call it his wall of awful, and some days he has hit that wall and he cannot figure out how to get over it. And some days are just like that. And yesterday was like that. And on those days, a lot of times we just have to set the curriculum aside and we have to work on that first. We have to work on how we feel first. And sometimes it's just like that. He hits that wall and he can't get over it. And a lot of times it's not his ADHD at all. It's the fact that he's an 11-year-old boy, and he has meltdowns. I mean, that's what my shirt says: surviving motherhood one meltdown at a time. Because it could be anything. It could be, can you put that sock in the dirty clothes basket? And oh my God, total meltdown. It could be, could you please bring your breakfast dishes to the kitchen? Meltdown. It could be, let's do our read aloud. Meltdown. So I think a lot of it is his age and the fact that he's a boy. I just think this age in general, they've just really, there's so many things going on and they just don't know how to handle all of their emotions, and it's just really hard for them. So it's hard. It's hard for him and it's hard for me, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, if we could just get this done. He doesn't realize if we could just get it done, we'd be doing a lot better. So if you're struggling like that and you have kids with attitudes and he's just like, I'm so sensitive, and I'm like, what? I don't even know how to handle that. I'm not used to this preteen age. So just know I'm right there with you, and I'm cheering you on, and we just need to have patience, and we need to be loving, and in their toughest moments, we need to be the ones who calm that chaos. We do not need to add to it by screaming and making things worse. We need to be their safe place, and we need to help talk them through it. Sometimes they just want, when they're having those meltdowns, they just want us to be near. Sometimes they need advice, and sometimes they want us to stay out of it completely. And we just need to kind of judge that and see what they want and help them. So just know I'm right there with you. If you are going through those same things, and it may not even be a preteen. I've met plenty of 5-year-olds that have the same issues. But if you're having those problems, I'm right there with you. And I want to share with you something when I need encouragement, something that I like to read. You know that we use Brave Writer, and the creator of Brave Writer is Julie Bogart. And I'm telling you guys, she is full of so much wisdom, not just about homeschool, but about kids and about life. And I follow her on Instagram. I think she's Julie Brave Writer on Instagram. She has a YouTube channel that's just called Brave Writer. And guys, there are so many good videos. If you need some homeschool inspiration, if you are feeling down in the dumps, that what you're doing is not working, your curriculum stinks, whatever it is, there's a video that she has that will make you feel better about everything. And if you like that and you want more, she wrote The Brave Learner. And I think I got this at Barnes & Noble. And guys, I've read this 3 times, and I'm about to start my 4th time. I don't think there's any book I've ever read so much as this one. And the pages are even like wavy because I took it to the pool this summer and read it at the pool. But I don't care. This book is full of so much good information. You will feel better the second you start reading it, and you will have that reassurance that you're doing the best thing for your family. So definitely recommend this. So anyway, that's kind of where we are. We're going to continue with our unit studies. We're going to continue trucking on through math and continue with Brave Writer. And I feel like right now, I know it's January, but I feel like we finally have found something that we truly enjoy doing. And everything just, I don't know, it's just like a different feeling in our house, and I'm super thankful for it. So I want to thank you guys for sticking with me this long. I really enjoy talking about homeschooling and sharing all this stuff with you. If you have any ideas for any videos you would like to see, or any recommendations that you would like for me to talk about on here, please let me know. My background is in kindergarten, so if there's anything you want to know about teaching kids to read or any activities with kindergarten, I would love to do videos like that, because that's where my one of my passions is working with that age group. Or if you have any questions about what I do with my ADHD child, how I work with him, or in general, he's a great kid. And so I'd love to share things like that. So if you have any suggestions for upcoming videos that you would like to see that would be interesting for you, please let me know. If you have any comments or congestions, what? If you have any comments or suggestions about any of the things I shared today, please leave them below. Please like and subscribe and share this out with anyone you know that homeschools. Thank you so much for watching.